excited because I have someone who, and I don't even think she knows this, but she was really the inspiration for me to really move forward with my book, Wombmates, and just a whole lot of stuff. I just think she's dope. I think she's fly. She has a show on YouTube. She's also a twin, and she's Haitian, and she's just a fly chick overall. So without further ado, I'm gonna let her, really introduce herself, give y'all her social media handles, because this is somebody that you definitely want to follow. So y'all, this is my girl, Jess. What's up, Jess?
Hi. Well,
How
first,
you
thank you so much for having me. I'm good. I really appreciate you just opening up your platform to me because this is so amazing. So I'm hella excited. So you want me to introduce myself?
Yeah. So what's your social media handles? How can we follow you and stay up on what you got going on?
Okay, so you guys can follow me at jess.soar. So that's JES.soar, SOAR. Get it, Jess Soar. And then and then also TikTok and YouTube, it will be Fly Eats Show. So FLY Eats Show. And that's pretty much both of the social media platforms that I'm on mostly.
Okay. And y'all definitely follow her because she goes to all these cool places and she goes and reviews these restaurants. And they're just not just any restaurants. Like, they like the best restaurants in the city. They're cute. Everybody wants that Instagram photo with, at the restaurants. Like, these are the really good ones. So definitely follow her and stay up on her shows and her episodes when she dropped those. So we're just gonna move into it, right? So I don't know if you remember like the first time that we met.
I do.
So just to kind of give everybody like a little, backstory about our relationship, our friendship, and how we met. We're both flight attendants. And so as a flight attendant, when you don't know who you're working with, so you got to kind of feel the situation out a little bit, right? But when I walked
you don't know what type of personalities you're going to have.
Right.
I always say a little prayer, like, please, God, give me somebody cool.
Right.
Especially if I'm be in the back, but we lucked out because, you're dope. So.
Yes. And so I remember walking up and I was like, okay, sis, okay. And then like throughout the flight, I remember us after we did our duties, because we do be working, y'all. But I remember sitting there talking to you and I don't know if you had just started the show or if you had a couple episodes already, but we were both talking about things that we wanted to do. And I was telling you about my book, you were telling me about your show, and we were just like, yeah, sis, like you need to do that. You know what I mean? Do it. We were just like pumping each other up. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I remember that vividly because it's so crazy that you say that I inspired you for that book. First of all, I love your book. And just the concept, because obviously twin power. But I just remember us talking just about so much creative things that we wanted to embark on. And I want to say I might have just started, or maybe I was just about to start the show officially. But I remember you talking about your book or your book idea at that time. And I remember telling you how I was thinking about writing a poetry book at the time. And so when you published your book, I was like, oh, I gotta get it together. I'm still on the list of to do. But it just felt great to just connect with someone who, I don't know, was kind of on the same page. You know what I mean? We were easy, I felt hella comfortable with you and just talking about our goals and you know the things that we really want to embark on. And so it was just really cool because I literally remember that conversation so vividly, and it still stays with me because I think of the things that I want to do. And I always, every time you post something, I'm like, oh my gosh, look at her. She's doing it.
I know. And the same for you, girl. I'll be like, girl, she is the food. That's what be getting me. But we're gonna get to that. So what was it? I know we talked about it when we first met, but what was it? How did you come up with the concept of Fly Eats? And when was that moment for you when you were just like, you know what, I'm about to make this into a reality. I'm about to take this idea and put it into action.
Well, I mean, I have to be completely honest. I was so scared to really make this thing come into fruition because, you have so many ideas that kind of pop up. And I know for me, especially when I became a flight attendant, I felt like my creative juices just started flowing. I now had the time and space and I don't know, ability to just be like, what else do you want? Because it's achievable, just because for those who don't know, just the process of becoming a flight attendant is so intense. And so I felt like, damn, if I could conquer this, then I think I can really, I can really be out here. And so I I originally started a blog called Carmi Sons Diego, which Carmi is my middle name, which I can't believe I'm even saying this. I guess I feel so comfortable. But it was just like a play on, Carmen San Diego and just traveling and all that stuff. And in the blog, I had different, I guess, categories. So it was Fly Eats, Fly Views, Fly Giving. And so Fly Eats was, of course, the foodie portion. And I would write blogs about different restaurants and food and stuff. And then I would write Fly Views about just more like destinations. And then Fly Giving was the volunteer aspect that I love to volunteer. And so that was a part of the whole thing. And then I don't know, something just clicked in my mind. Like, what if I focus on the food, but kind of let the food be a bridging the gap of just offering people something more than just the food. So I started off with the show just kind of thinking like, okay, well, highlight different restaurants, but I also want to do like what you're doing, like just talk to someone who I feel like is interesting, who could be very like inspirational to other people, because I really I connect to that. I connect a lot to just hearing other people's stories, because that really helps fuel me. And so so I just was like, okay, every great conversation happens over a meal. And so we're gonna just use the food as like the catalyst and to bring people in. And so I started going to different restaurants and filming and pitching to restaurants, which was such a crazy experience to allow myself to film there and interview dope people. And, I was interviewing artists and preachers. And,
I saw that.
Like
I told y'all she doing it. I told y'all.
Just different people in different aspects who, sometimes you think you have to reach out to people who are already like at this huge level. And I started to realize that so many people around me are doing amazing things. And why not highlight those people? And my platform is small, but maybe we can move together. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so that kind of was my main goal and focus. And then COVID happened. And so I was like, ooh, how am I going to pivot? Because I can't be going to restaurants no more. So then I started Fly Eats Show Live, where I would do kind of the same concept, but on Instagram Live. And I would interview still the same different dope people, but because no one was going out to eat, I asked, if you wanted to cook something, I'll cook something, we'll present it, play a fun foodie game, and just kind of make it like an engagement, an engaging opportunity for everyone, right?
I love that. So I love it.
Yeah, and so like in that time frame, people would be like, "Dang, well, what you cook? Like, what is that?" And this and that, and I'm just like, well, I don't think it's that big of a deal, because you don't know sometimes your talents kind of come naturally, and so you don't really, speak highly of them. I just feel like I love to cook.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'm just trying to make something.
Right. I'm like, I just be cooking and I like to eat. So, that's just where I'm at. But then my boyfriend at the time was like, maybe you should just do the channel for now and just kind of do cooking, like recipes. So again, I was really nervous. Everything is really sparked through fear first. I won't lie, but just kind of moving past the fear. And so my first episode, I feel like was so corny, and my recipe, when you look back at old things, you're like, what? This was weird. Right. But I just started getting comfortable and like trying to make cool recipes and things that I would eat that I want to share with other people. And it really started to take off, especially like through other social media platforms like TikTok, like Reels, and just kind of kept grinding. And I was just like really, really consistent. And so that's pretty much, the journey.
That's awesome, Jess. Like, I'm so proud of you, because one, like, to be able to go through COVID and to kind of pivot around like, okay, now what am I going to do? Because when COVID hit, I mean, it changed everything for everybody. You know what I mean? So for you to be like, you know what, I need to come up with a different angle, and for that shit to just kind of, even do what it did, like, you know what I'm saying? That's major. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, I mean, even major companies weren't even able to like really sustain, you know what I'm saying? And so I really love that creative aspect about people, where it's just like, all right, what's my next move? What I got to do now? So thank you, girl. Thank you. And so like she was saying, y'all, she be cooking. Okay. And she was just making food because she was hungry. She wanted to eat, but it's actually really good. And the way, girl, the angles, I don't know if it's just the angles or what, but I'll be like, look at that cheese. And I love cheese, right?
Well, girls, like we eat with our eyes. I'm definitely that
I do.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you put a plate in front of me and it's perfectly positioned and everything. I'm like, oh my God, I already love it. So I kind of use that mindset.
Because I think one of the correct me if I'm wrong, because I might mispronounce it, but the Jean pasta.
Oh yeah, girl, you
Okay.
good.
Okay. I'm trying, girl. I'm trying to learn Haitian Creole for my girls. I'm trying to teach them. And then the crab egg souffle. That one looked really good too. That one, I was like, oh my gosh. So with that being said, like, how important is it for you to incorporate like Haitian cuisine in your show?
You know, it's so funny, and I'm sure other Haitian American kids might be able to relate. Haitian cuisine scares the hell out of me because
Really?
it's not, yes, because there's no right way. You know what I'm saying? Like every household makes everything very differently. Haitians are very critical. And so I just was very intimidated by even attempting. And so when you guys look on my channel, a lot of the Haitian dishes that I make are involving my mom.
Right.
So, like the major things, I'm like, okay, yeah, I need like the big guns, you know?
Gotcha.
But at the same time, it's like you said, you want to learn Haitian Creole for your kids. It's like, I want to keep my culture alive as long as I can. And it's really important to me because these like nostalgic moments of my childhood eating these foods, they still live with me, you know, that's what feels like home for me. And so I try to do a mix and with that Jean pasta and like the seafood legume and stuff like that. Like I just try to kind of make the traditional things but kind of add a twist to them, my fly twist. So so I can kind of still show respect to the culture but also kind of, you know, just switch it up and give it a diverse flair. So
I know because their father, my girl's father, is Haitian, and so he used to always make legume. Did I say that right? Okay, legume, and then the spaghetti, Haitian spaghetti. I used to like the Haitian spaghetti too. But he also used to make like a lot of stews and like a lot of stuff just natural. Like it was just delicious to me. And then we'll go to Little Haiti, and I don't even know the restaurant name. I hate that I can't remember it, but it was some little restaurant, and we just go in there, we just tear it up, right?
Listen, it's always those little hole in the walls, especially in Miami and Little Haiti. That's like somebody's grandma back there.
Yes, it really was. It's somebody auntie working the register.
Seriously, I mean, they got an attitude about it, but it's
good. But look, they always say the worse the attitude, the better the food, right?
That is true. That's a fact. That is a full fact.
So speaking of restaurants, like with your show Flight Eats, is there a restaurant that was really the most memorable for you?
I think the most memorable for me, honestly, was the first restaurant that I filmed, like my episode 1 of Fly Eats.
Okay.
So I did it in Phoenix, Arizona. Well, it actually was Scottsdale, Arizona. It's called Zuzu Hotels.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's like in a hotel, but the restaurant itself is called Zuzu. And they like kind of specialize in these like over the top shakes and food and just very indulgent. But I just remember how nervous I was, and I'm the type of person that really attaches things to memory. And so I just feel like that restaurant meant so much to me because it was my first restaurant that I pitched, you know, this idea to. And I was like, am I even explaining it right? Are they gonna understand?
Are they gonna get it? Yeah. In my head, it sounds hella good, right?
Right. It's like amazing in my mind. You know, I should get an Emmy, you know, but like in reality, it was such a learning experience and such a learning curve. And I had my cousin as my what's called like filming us. So he was like my executive producer. And you know, we just going off of instincts. And of course I learned so much afterwards. And that conversation was so good. And I actually interviewed a flight attendant as well, who was an artist. And so I just feel like all of that kind of put, you know, everything together for such a remarkable like memory for me. But then also the food was bomb. Like, I don't play about food. So I feel like
you're not gonna make it on the show if your food ain't good.
No. You're really not, because I don't even play that game. I'm not even gonna play y'all and like be like, oh yeah, this is great, and you know. But you know how that is too. It's like I might think something's amazing. Like for instance, there's a restaurant, Red Rooster in Miami, which I absolutely love. There's a location in Harlem, New York as well. But I had such a good time. It was such good food. The service could have been better. But a lot of people was hitting me up and was just like, oh, the food was overrated. It wasn't all that good and this and that. And I was just like, well, listen, disclaimer, the food is good to me.
Right.
So I don't know everyone's taste buds, but I will present what is good for me.
Right.
And let everyone else kind of make their decisions.
Yeah, that's true. Cause everybody got something to say, but it's like, look, this is what I like. Okay. This out fly eats is my thing.
Thank you. This is fly to me.
Right. But I'm gonna take your word for it, because as soon as I met you, you was like, look, I'm a foodie. Like that was like your thing. So I'm like, wherever she gotta eat, I'm going with her because she know where the good stuff at.
For real. Trust me.
Right. I'm right behind you, girl. And so with that being said, like moving forward, I know I mentioned earlier that you're a twin as well, right?
Yes.
And so what was that like growing up with a twin? Like what's your relationship like with your twin? And it's a just for y'all out there, it's a boy. So it's a boy-girl twin dynamic. It's not like how my girls are two girls, so all that good stuff. Yeah. So how was that, growing up with a twin?
You have you have the more fun version. Maybe they'll feel the way when they get older. So yeah, I'm a fraternal twin. It was cool growing up, but it obviously wasn't the same as if I had like an identical sister or something. Because that would have been, I feel like, a lot more fun to kind of mess with people. I always felt like Tia and Tamara vibes, right. But there's nothing like a twin bond. I will say that. And we would just have fun as kids. He was like my built-in best friend. And I realized that as I got older, we start school together, right? So I didn't have to go look for friends because I knew I got my homie right here. Yeah, I had someone, even though some classes we weren't even in the same class. It's like I didn't feel pressure to find my people because I came in with my people. So it's something that I kind of had a revelation about when I got older. But yeah, when we were kids, it was just so dope to just like have like your home taught each other how to ride a bike.
Oh,
we both fallen. My Haitian daddy brought these big bikes, like they were adult sized bikes. I don't even think he bought them. Sorry, someone gave it to him. And we both stayed outside until it got dark. And people were like, all right, we learning.
We're learning today, okay?
We are learning today. So we would like just fall over. We both have the same scars on our knees from like, trying to teach each other how to ride.
Right.
And then we used to, I don't know if you ever watched that movie, Race to Witch Mountain. It's like an old movie. They did a remake some years later. But it's a boy-girl twin movie, and it's a Disney movie. And so that was exciting for us to see boy-girl twins like us.
I bet.
It's not as common, right?
Yeah.
But it was so funny because my brother used to be like, all right, because in the movie they had like telepathy, and so they can like hear each other's minds and move things, and all these different things. They call it the power. And so my brother would be like, all right, we're gonna like tap into our power.
Let's test it out.
We're like in elementary school. He's like, we're gonna tap into this. And I'm like, are we? And he's like, yeah. And so we're like in the dark, both holding our hands up against each other, trying to activate this power. And it's like, there's no power, And I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, Jesse, there's no power. And he's like, shut up.
You're killing the vibe. That's why there's no power.
You're messing it up. The power is coming. You're not believing in it.
Right.
So it was definitely a lot of moments like that. That was just so like,
that is so funny.
That's
so funny.
Twin things.
Yes, twin things. And you know what? Just for me, like watching my girls, it just amazes me. Like one, I'm glad that they have each other because I don't know if I was gonna go through this whole pregnancy thing again. So I'm glad I just knocked it out with one shot. Let's get there. Yes. But it's so amazing to watch their bond though. You know what I mean? Like one of them, she's technically the younger one, but you would think she's somebody mama. Like she's just so protective over her sister Lala. And it's the cutest thing though. Because she'll mess with Lala, but if Lala's crying on her own or something, she gonna run over there and be like, Lala, okay? You okay?
Oh, listen, we don't play.
Yeah,
we don't play about it at all. I had bad knees, which I still kind of do as a kid. My knees still pop out of place, like really weird. And my brother, one year, like I was like I don't know, maybe we were in like 6th or 7th grade or something. And when kids like hit the back of your knee, like to make you like kind of stumble over, stupid kid stuff. And so our friend did that behind my knee. My brother was literally on the other side of like the playground, let's say.
Yeah.
And he just saw me falling over. He knew this kid had did it. He didn't know what the situation was, but he just like leaped across.
Right.
Like, what did you do?
Not my sister. Yeah.
Oh, like, you know how it is. we could fight all day, but it's like you can't have nobody messing with you.
Nobody, and that's what I'm saying. Nobody better mess with Lala, and vice versa too. Lala's the same way. Like Lala, she be in her own little world, but if she hears Cece crying somewhere, she gonna run over there and be like, "Girl, what's wrong?" Like in my mind, I'll be having the whole conversation. I'm like, "Oh, I already know what they talk about," but
absolutely. And I wanted to share with you. It's because I just was so serendipitous that you even asked me to do this, because, like I said, obviously, I was really excited to talk to you and like. Did I mess it up? I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. You're good, girl.
Okay. I was really excited to talk to you, especially because, like I said, about this like whole twin bonding portion of it. But my twin brother actually got into, I promise this won't be like too long of a story, but
no, you're good.
He actually got into a severe car accident last summer. In July, where he was in the hospital and he was like in a coma for a month and a half, and like he literally just started walking like a month ago without his crutches and walker and stuff. So
wow,
it's like
that's amazing. Yeah,
quite a journey, right?
Yeah.
You talk about twin connection, and I know your girls are going to continue to feel this, especially as they get older. I mean, even when he was in the hospital, like literally in a coma, like we were in each other's thoughts, in each other's dreams. And if I ever question that power and that connection and that, like solidarity that you have as twins, like that showed me 1,000% that like this is your other half. Like this being is a part of you. You know what I'm saying?
Girl, I'm getting goosebumps. Like,
no,
it's crazy. I promise you. I was like, what is this? Because that means so much to me. Yeah. That's so special. And I'm so glad that they have that. You know what I'm saying? And so for you to like confirm it, because I'm always like, when they get older, I want them to have that bond. And that was actually going to be my next question, is like, what is your guys' relationship now, even that you're adults, and so for you to even say that, it's just like, okay, they're going to be good, because nobody mess with Lala, nobody can mess with Cece.
No. And obviously it's like as siblings, you like argue, there's times and moments, but at the end of the day, it's like they always will have each other. And I feel like me and my brother and my sister, to be honest, all three of us kind of like look at it like we are all we have, right? And so especially for that twin bond, it's like, I mean, he doesn't make a decision without calling me. Even if he doesn't like how condescending I can get, and I'm always trying to tell him what to do. But because I am 10 minutes older, so
I mean, own it, girl, own it. All 10 of them in
it. But no, our connection, especially now, especially after his whole thing with his accident, it's like our bond couldn't have been any closer, and so it's really beautiful. So I already know your girls are gonna have that to the 10th degree.
Yes, I hope so. And so let me ask, this is just me asking as a parent of twins. For you guys, what do you think like your mom did right with you guys, like as twins, because it's kind of a different dynamic than just having a single child. I mean, you have an older sister, right? Right. Okay. And so what's something that you were just like, oh, I'm really glad my mom did this with us, or how she treated you, or how, something that she did that was like maybe a tradition or something with you guys, and you were just like, I'm so glad she did that with us. That was like a really positive thing.
I think my mom is huge on birthdays, right? Like we always, all of us celebrate our birthdays since we were younger. Like just every single year, your birthday is almost like a national holiday. Okay. And of course, with me and my brother, of course, being twins, we would celebrate our birthdays together. And she would always just have these big, like drawn out parties for us. Yeah. It was always such a big deal. And but she would always still kind of like separate our identities. Now it's easier, obviously, because we're boy and girl, but we have pictures of us dressed alike, the boy girl, like but even like on our birthday, she would have 2 separate cakes for us. And like I don't know why she would make turkeys, but for whatever reason, she used to make 2 big turkeys.
Girl, because mama was like, baby's gotta eat. We gotta eat good on the birthday.
So I just feel like we always had this thing about us celebrating our birthdays together. And if we are not, especially as we got older, not physically near each other, always making sure we have that like connection on our birthday, right? So every year, our birthday is January 3rd. And so we would always wait till like midnight, like for New Year's, the same way like we would do for New Year's Eve. And so January 2nd, 11:59, we're both like literally just gonna call each other first. And at midnight, no matter where we are, we always call each other like as if it's New Year's Day.
Right.
Like, oh my God, happy birthday. And so we definitely got that from just my mom kind of like making us feel like this is an important thing for you guys to like always share with each other. And so I would say that's probably the main thing that I feel like still kind of resonates with us as we've gotten older.
Yeah. Okay. So definitely, because I know for me, I'm always like, it's just so cute when they dress alike. But I know at some point I'm gonna like, let them have their own little identity and stuff like that. So that's good. I'm learning.
Yeah. I mean, what do you refer to them as the twins, or do you refer to them as their names?
No, I call them by their names. Yeah.
See, because there's some twin parents who like are always like, oh, the twins this and the twins that. And so that's another thing that my parents never did with us. Although our names are very close, they never was like, y'all are just the twins. You know what I mean? And I think as you get older, it does make a difference. Because it's like, I do have a name. And like,
right, I am a person.
Right. We're two different people. And so I think, I don't know, I don't have kids yet, but I probably would keep that in mind. Just keep that, identity for them. So
yeah, for sure. And so, I don't know if y'all caught that, but she said her birthday was January 3rd, which means she's a Capricorn. I'm also a Capricorn. And so, look, don't hate us, hate the universe for making us great. But
we are the best.
You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, I think that was another thing too when we first met. And I was like, girl, you a Capricorn too? Like, this was just meant to be.
For real. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we probably like fanned out over the fact that we're both Capricorns. That's
girl.
Funny.
It was just a whole lot of just like similarities and honestly to just kind of go off of what I said earlier, how you inspired me with the book and stuff. I really feel like at that point, like I needed to meet someone like you. One, I think the girls were probably like 2 or 3 months. Like I just came back to work. Yeah. And, I was just kind of like, I was just kind of out of it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really know what I'm doing kind of thing. I got to go back to work. I knew I was going to be transferring and you were talking me through the whole transfer thing too. Cause you were just like, girl, it's going to be all right. Like, cause I was like, people going to try to be in my business. So you was like, they don't need to know that. They don't need to know that. Like,
I'm like, shut it down. You don't need to tell nobody nothing.
Girl, I remember that to this day because you try to be in your business. Mm-hmm. But to move forward with like how you inspired me, when you were just like, you should definitely do it. Like I call my, me and my brother, we call each other roommates and all this stuff. And it was just something that I really wanted to do because I write all the time. Even when they were, when I was pregnant with them, I would write as if I'm talking to them. So that way, and I keep a little journal. So that way at some point when they get older and realize the decisions that I make, why I made those decisions. And, so it wasn't just like mom was tripping. It's like, no, I was trying to like, elevate us and trying to get us to a different point, or this is where I was, you know what I'm saying? And so I thank you so much for just your kind words and just for being you. And this is honestly a honor of mine and a pleasure of mine to have you on my podcast. And just thank you so much, girl. I just wanted to say that to you.
Listen, we are Capricorns. You got me in my feelings. I'm a thug. Like,
right. I know. We can't let nobody see these tears. It might be one thug tear. That's it. That's all you get.
One mini thug tear.
Right.
But like I said, it's like obviously those words, I receive them, and they're just, you giving me chills just by saying those things. But it's just interesting how like, obviously you don't know how you're affecting someone, but you didn't even know, even for me, like how you were really just inspiring me, like I said, it's just beautiful to like kind of feed off of someone else's creativity and passion and excitement about something. And of course, I definitely believe in all types of signs and stuff. And so when you told me about you having twins and the roommates and like all the things, I was like, oh my goodness, like she is everything. And so I'm just beyond proud of you because, like I said, it's one thing to have a thought about something and to actually go forward and bringing it into fruition. Yeah. And so you had that seed, you planted it, you actually worked really hard to get to your actual goal of creating your book and, really having a foundation for your girls to look at like, oh my God, my mommy's dope. Like, you made a whole book for us. You know what I mean? Like, I think that is just remarkable. And I'm not just gassing you because you gave me all those compliments. Like
thank you so
really
much.
am inspired by everything that you're doing. And I just love every time you post something new. I'm just like, oh my God, look at her.
Look at that babies.
I know.
So we're back. We've been talking with Jess about her show, Flight Eats, and just how amazing she is and how she's been an inspiration in my life. Probably don't even know. She probably is going on by her day, flying around the world. And I'm just like, I'm so proud of her. Her show's really amazing. She's a twin. She a Capricorn too, y'all. And so we're just gonna end up in the conversation here. It's been really fun. It's been really fun getting to catch up with you, just with everything that you're doing. And like I said, we ran into each other in Dallas, but it was just kind of like it was some craziness going on in Dallas. And so this right here, this is what I love. I love, conversing with my friends, seeing what they doing. I love people that are like outside the box. You just like, I know there's something more. I got to tap into my creative side, because I feel that same way. I feel like now in this season that I'm in, I'm really in tune with the creativeness. And I never pictured myself as a creative person, because I always was like, well, I don't know how to draw. I can't sing, only in the shower, but I can't sing for real, you know what I mean? But and so to me, expanding what a creative looks like is really important to me, because I feel like I'm in that box, and you're definitely in that box. So kudos to you, girl, and everything that you're doing. So one last time, go ahead and give the people your social media handle so they can follow you, because again, this is somebody that y'all definitely want to follow. She's amazing. So go ahead, girl.
Thank you. So you guys can follow me on Instagram at jess.soar, so jess.soar. And then on TikTok and also on YouTube, it will be Fly Eats Show. And make sure that you subscribe and you share and you like, you do all the things.
Y'all better.
I can still grow my platform.
Yes, because she's doing it, y'all. Y'all watch. Look, somebody gonna pick it up. I'm gonna be the first to say it. I'm the first to say
your
it.
Lips to God's ears, because listen, it's a struggle bus, but
it is. But I'm here for it.
It's been going really well, and I'm very proud of just all the accomplishments that sometimes I kind of dismiss.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need to really champion, because it's not easy doing what we're doing, and I really applaud you, because it takes a lot of work, a lot of guts, and a lot of just consistency,
It does.
So I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. And I'm proud of you too. And thank you again for doing the show. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, boo. You have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.